Hello, hello. I think I'm live. I hope everyone's well. I've just got to go through my normal kind of checks to see if I am actually live, if it is really going out or not. Otherwise I'm just talking to myself, really. Um, Excellent condition. Yes, I am going live. That's cool. Um, Now I'll get back into Prism Live Studio so I can see what I'm doing. And I'll just refresh so I've got my comments. Here we go. That's what it looks like. That's kind of nice. Live, Sketchy Live, illustrating the Elijah Crumpet kids book. Today it'll be from my phone again. You'll see a little bit of stuff in Adobe Illustrator as I'm doing the layout for the kids book. Anyway, I'll click on the live so I can follow the chat on my big old clunker phone. Thinking of getting a new battery for that because it's proving to be quite useful, whether it be as a second camera, because this is what I'm drawing on. I've got another one there for comments and that. That's actually got a bigger screen. I could draw on that. It's an iPhone 6. Doesn't matter that it's old, it's got a big screen, that's cool. This iPhone 7, this is what I'm doing drawing on. Hey Jelly Duck, how you doing? Great to see you last night. I was drawing away, I kind of draw when everybody's fast asleep and sometimes the kids wake up and I get more drawing done than other nights. But, it was great to see you on your live. And so, just to give you a bit of a view, I've got my main page here. I'm going to open the porthole from hell. Nothing big on a Sunday morning, just opening a porthole from hell. Okay, here we go. And we're in Adobe Illustrator. And this is the page layout that I'm doing. It's page 27 and page 28 of the Elijah Crumpet Kids book. As you can see, there's many layers to this thing. Now, you can see the highlighted area. Let me go view, trim view, so you don't see. That's kind of like what the double page spread looks like. And so what I'm planning on doing today, I'm just experimenting a bit. Do you have a small laptop? I do have a small laptop. I have the smallest Apple laptop that you can get, but it does the job. So I'm thinking maybe of putting a bit of light shadow in. Oh, well, you can't actually see. I'm just looking at my stream. Let's get. So I'm working on this page over here with Crumpet and Safi, the Siamese cat that's standing in the doorway there. Now I was almost ready to go. That one's done. I was just going to muck around and see if I could put a little bit of shadow down around their feet, because I have with the tabletop, and it just might kind of gel it into the background just a fraction more. So I'm gonna give that a go. Let's make that bigger so it actually looks good on the stream and you can see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna be doing most of this over on my phone. So I'll go back to via the porthole from hell to get back to my mobile view, and then you can see what's going on there. So I have, I've got a coffee too, that's really nice. Okay, so I've got this one here. Now, this was right at the end of the night, and I'm just going, must do some kind of shadow. And I just could have put a blob down there. I'm going to remove that and start again. Put in another layer. Not an image layer. I am a bit tired today. Because of kids waking up in the night and kind of my wake up time when I normally wake up to get some drawing done, I kind of slept through that. And why am I using my finger? I have an artificial finger right here. Makes life much easier. I can use screen mirroring to iOS and Android. Yeah, no, that's cool. I am getting my mobile screen up by going into QuickTime, and like I've got my phone connected via USB to the laptop, and it's in what do you call it, movie recording mode, and that's the feed that's sending out to Prism here. Now I'm going to have to add a bit of a jaggedy edge to that shadow because it's Crumpet's fur after all. So I'll go in. The shadow's much darker than it's going to be too. I've just got it dark so I can actually see what I'm doing. Now this might be a case of, because I've exported and re-imported the image, as you can see, isn't super sharp behind. But what I will do is but the shadow will be sharp, so I'll give it a go. This is a bit of an experiment. I'll bring in the shadow all by itself and plonk it on, because to tell you the truth, I haven't done a lot of drawing. I've just basically been doing the layout in Adobe Illustrator for the computer, because the difference between the mobile app and the desktop setup is massive. I just kind of look at Adobe Illustrator on my laptop and go, I'm going to need to do a course to figure that sucker out. Whereas the Adobe Draw app is quite intuitive, after putting in many hours. So yeah, I was thinking I will learn Adobe Illustrator. Well, that's what I was thinking. But then I'm kind of thinking that everyone's on Procreate, and it seems like Procreate's really cool. Anyway, by the way, I've got Where's Wally t-shirt, which is pretty funny. Says we got him. I thought that might be appropriate to for today on the screen. Been getting into Where's Wally a lot. We bought all 7 books, and when my kids wake up early, about 6 a.m., kind of make a coffee, and we sit in the lounge room together, and we just sit in front of a Where's Wally book, and search for Wally, Wender, Oddlaw. The dog. Why is there only just the dog's tail? Where's it? What? I think that's a bit of a cop out, only having the dog's tail. Here we go. Oh no, I had something connecting somewhere. Maybe it's down here. It might be my. I can normally just hold on that. There we go, and it's gone. She's gone. Very good. That shirt I bought off of Redbubble. So if you search on Redbubble for maybe, Where's Wally? I got it a while ago actually. Got it from before I had kids. You see, this is how long I have clothes. I make them last. Well, I wear them out until they're basically full of holes, I should say. But hopefully when I get some extra artwork done, can start doing some shirts of my own, which would be nice. In terms of how much did the shirt cost, I think it cost about 25, 30 bucks. Yeah, Redbubble is a print-on-demand service. You just submit your designs and they're up there. Well, if you choose to, they're up there publicly, and people can buy your stuff. Now, back when I had a mobile cinema business, Road Movie Mobile Cinema, you can check out that logo on Redbubble as well. I designed my t-shirts, my Road Movie Mobile Cinema t-shirts, and the cool thing is that I had even people from other countries buying my Road Movie Mobile Cinema t-shirt because that was a cool logo. I think I did a pretty good logo, and when someone from another part of the world buys a t-shirt, it's very flattering. Hey, Jackie Evelyn, how you doing? Great to see you here. I saw you checked out some of my old replays. Hope you enjoyed those. It seems to be one of those things, Jelly Duck, that I reckon a definite part of how I intend to make money will be doing t-shirts when I'm not doing a book for someone else, because it's all their property, basically. I mean, they can print off the t-shirts, and I hope they do. I'll buy some. But when I've got my own kind of creative, well, these are my drawings, but you know what I mean. Elijah Crumpet is not my business. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So we're getting a shadow of Safi there. Jackie Overland, yes, I did, especially as they are forerunner for what you were doing now. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know what you were saying before. You were saying you kind of almost enjoy the ones with me pencil sketching more. They kind of got a good feel to them, and I know what you mean. I kind of like the idea of just sketching. It's like sketching on a piece of paper. You're creating something out of nothing, whereas here I'm just adding and adding and adding until I'm happy with a level of the finish and the look of it. But whereas the actual pencil sketch, anything could happen, especially when I'm trying to illustrate a lifelike, not lifelike, a vague resemblance to Elijah, because I have trouble making someone who in real life look like who they are in real life, and then making them look consistent over an entire book is a separate challenge. Like, I've never had to do that in my entire life, but I'm going to have to in the future, because that's where I'm heading. So after this, like when I've got a little bit more time on my hands, I think I'm going to be making my other kid book in conjunction with doing some skilling myself up a bit, getting some, and kind of sharing what I learned too, I mean, that's the whole beauty of documenting your creative journey, as they say. So that's kind of gives you a bit of a vague. Now I'm going to bring that shadow down in transparency. Now this is a problem, you see, when you adjust the transparency layer and this comes up and covers the whole thing, so you can't actually see what you're doing. Jackie Evelyn, you taught me with that one video how to put your ideas into a picture, a light bulb moment. You taught me with that one video how to put your ideas into a picture. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what bit you mean. Some of my favorite, like one of my favorite, or a couple of my favorite lives are, if you look on my channel, you go right back to illustrating a kid's book from scratch, which was basically me doing crappy little sketches, trying to nut out the ideas for this book. And, and then expanding on that in the second one, and then bringing it into sketches, and then bringing it into, I'm really glad I did that. And in those opening videos, it just kind of made it twig that documenting the entire journey is such a valuable thing, because you forget about those times. You forget about, I didn't actually know what this was going to look like until I started doing it. And doing it live as well is a great benefit, because I've had a lot of input from people as they're watching, going, asking a bit of advice about this or that, or chatting about something, and it will end up in the drawing, and which is really cool. So fingers crossed, I'm going to do a Adobe Cloud transfer of just the shadow, and gonna see what that's gonna this is me bypassing having to learn Adobe Illustrator on my computer, because so up here you hit the square with the arrow, hit to Creative Cloud Files, and it should tell me up the top, it says it is now in the cloud. And it's a good time for a coffee, really. And I'll add a new layer into Adobe Illustrator here. So if we're going over to Adobe Illustrator, it is time to open the porthole from hell, and see, it's gonna. Oh, I've got a whirly thing. It looks like it's. Look at that light coming in. Here we go. Porthole from hell. Creative Cloud Drawing is in the house. So file, open. Oh, framed that quite nicely. It's nice when something works out. Motivate main pages, not that. We go down to Creative Cloud Files. Now, I reckon it's this sucker here. That looks like it, a whole bunch of blank. Let's open that up on a new thing. Now, I've got a bit of crazy light coming in on my computer here. I'll try and form a bit of a shade so I can see what I'm doing. Drawing in your car. I think I'll class being a thriving artist when I can sit at a desk and do this kind of stuff. Because I'm out on my lawn mowing round today. Okay, so Crumpet shadow. Select all, copy, go into it. Now it's going to make it really big because of... Oh no, it's not going to make it really big. I know nothing. Oh, I hate it when it does that. What's going on? The computer's having a bit of a brain freeze. I have a feeling. Here we go. Does this? Still move everything. Sometimes. Let's hope this is gonna... Here we go. Now we get there in there. Sorry, I'm really zooming in, looking here, making sure that it's just right. I'm so stoked that this worked. Oh yeah, so as I'm talking about Procreate, I think Procreate is possibly the program I'm going to learn. Here we go. And because you invest so much time into learning these programs. Alright, now that sucker, that page is ready for print, ready for... It's Instagram ready as well. Okay. Yeah, Jackie, I went back and had a look at the early videos as well. It's just so cool to see the progression from when there was nothing. No, have I lost something there? And all the craziness. I'll soon see when I save it out. Well, maybe I have. I better let this do its thing because I'm live streaming. I'm asking it to do a large image thing. It's I know it says save will continue in background, but let's see if it will. I'm going to crash the entire... Oh, no. Don't touch anything. Don't touch it. So here we go. Here we go. No, just interested. Oh, I do have edge detail on Crumpet. That's cool. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I've got the mobile screen right here. And need to move stuff over there if you want to see it properly. Don't rush, you may lose it. Yeah, I know. Don't want to do any of that kind of stuff. That's the excitement of watching live, isn't it? Oh, Jelly Duck. Oh, I'm going to bed. Good night, Jelly Duck. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for all the support. It's great to see you here. Yeah, so now what I was doing a save as. Oh no, I'm doing it as an export as and I export it as a very large JPEG. Motivate man pages, page 14 drawing, want it as a JPEG. Page 14, it's going to save over the existing one, so don't panic. Large file, optimize, high, 350 I've got to go for type optimize, hinted. Exporting artwork. I like to see that timeline progression there. And well, so I've done, this is the page. Let me go to the big screen here while this is all happening. I don't know how so storyboard. There's Elijah tidying his room. Safi standing in the doorway, and this is the initial drawing that I had. It was like the the second storyboard after the real kind of after the initial rough sketches, and these are the sketches that I had. That's the Safi bit from that door page, and as you can see, those sketches then get put into take a photo of them, put into Adobe Illustrator, and get to work with them there. And I use the sketches actually in the artwork, but I just colorize over the top of it. So that's what's going on there. So now, if we go back to, I don't know, this is an experiment. I'll go back to see if I've got my JPEG here, and then I'll transfer the screen when we're so that will be in downloads. Pictures. Forget where it saves to now. Not enough sleep. If all those files always go into recent thing. Here it is. Yeah, can't be open because okay, that's an issue. Not sure what's going on there. I'll have to probably have a look at that later. Let's go file export again. Let's just do it again and see if we can. I'll pay attention to where it worked. Did it work? So I need to make sure. So I'll put it into, yeah, so it's in pictures, motivate man pages, JPEG, page 14, yes, drawing 1, yes. Here we go. Yep. It probably did work, Jackie. Yeah. Oh no, I've had a bit of, I noticed an error. I can see a bit of wait on, let me go back to, The transitions don't happen very quickly when I'm export. Here we go. But yeah, I've noticed one of my wallpapers has had a shift. My bananas aren't matching up perfectly. It's terrible when that happens. So I should have little things ready to talk about while I'm exporting. I do, but I'm kind of I'm interested to see what's happening to this bit of wallpaper here. No, it's not. It's not lost, Jackie. You see this bit of wallpaper I've got behind. Could have a bit more space in this wee car of mine. And the blind. It's coming in there. Anyway, I need to do this on a cloudy day. Obviously. So here are all my wallpapers. And if I make that one invisible, try and find out where it is. No, it's not that one. Not that one. We're getting close. Oh, so I suppose the question is as well, is it over that side as well? So that one's there. So those two bananas match up. Those bananas match up. Actually, I'm starting to remember. I've tricked myself, you know. I'm starting to remember that I did that deliberately because, you know, like wallpaper, you don't kind of always get. I don't know whether I want it like that though. Let's see if I can select that one. Here we go. It's this one. Ah, I had an extra. Oh, that must be the top of the door. Ah, but we're not actually seeing the top of the door. Okay. So that's all good. You're seeing a real life drama here now unfolding, Jackie. But it's all good. Okay. I'm going to export that again. And then we can move on. Da, 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 da. I just like seeing the I'll make a coffee. BOB, yeah, cool. I'm on my coffee as well here. Yeah, progress kind of slowed down a bit when I was trying to work out what was going on with the wallpapers. A bit of a mishap. It can be tricky moving stuff around in Adobe Illustrator. I mean, I don't have a mouse either. I'm just using the tracking pad on the computer. Yeah, so that's probably not the best. Oh man, low budget artist. I mean, who isn't a low budget artist? Well, there's there's lots. There's lots. I'm stuck in that starving artist mindset. Thriving artist, thriving artist. Okay. Boom. Do it. Thank you very much. Now, go into our friend Finder, pictures. Motivate Man pages. Page 14 JPEG. Here we go. Now it hasn't given me the trim, which is annoying. Now, working this computer pretty hard. I don't know how long the battery's going to last. Now, here we go. Use this. Still having a bit of a think. Oh, there we go. Back. Great to have you back, Jackie. Just having a look. It's looking good. It looks good. Just having a bit of a check over things. Nice. Well, we'll close that. Moving on. So back into Prism. 29% battery. That's not too bad. Been recording for 37 minutes. So let's visit. There's Felix, and so I'm doing. I've got my storyboard on Instagram. I find it's fun just to. There's a lot of stuff here. So okay, I'm working backwards. So I've done page 30, 29. Down the bottom here, 28, 27. Now we're on to page 26, 25. Hold on, Elijah, tidy your bedroom. That's sun. That's like getting some 70s, getting a 70s vibe through here. Hang on. Sun visor just cuts it out. Just. That helps a bit. So, hold on, Elijah, tidy your bedroom. What? And I've done a bit of a mock-up here. Oh no, that's not the one. Let's have a look. But it just needs to be all done in. Here we go. This is kind of That's him going, what? As they're running down the stairs. And this one should be the, hold on Elijah, tidy your bedroom. Yeah, so let's have a look at that. I need a background. Now this is the back of the book. I've got 3 background landscapes. 3 background landscapes for the house. And here's the initial drawing of the house. Isn't that nice? See, it's good to be able to go back through and have a look at these things. Initial drawing of the house. So I've got 3, oh no, that's not, don't want that, it's just me rattling on. And so I've drawn the background and I've adjusted the color balance in all 3 of them. So I've got like a morning tone landscape, a mid-daytime tone, and then an evening tone. And so going on to the back into the storyboard, I've got the landscape. So I kind of want that one in here. So I go back in. I need to just make sure. I'm just going to because I'm going into my photos here and see where I've got them, because you don't want to see shopping lists and family photos and stuff. Oh yeah, there they are there. So I've got a bluey kind of cool one, and normal tones, and then in the evening tone one. Now I'm just going to chuck that one into, I'll favorite it and I'll chuck it into Adobe Illustrator, and then I'll switch back to the mobile. So we've got Motivate Man, high res page background, and add an image layer on my phone. Let's see what photos here anyway. Oh no, you won't, because I'm not on the thing, you see. It's always kind of, there it is. Okay, now go back to here. So here's my warm tone background. Now I might have to adjust how big that is, because this is actually a zoomed in picture of a house. So see how we go there. Yep, that looks sweet. Nice. Cool. Might as well delete that layer. So next, you remember I need the house zoomed in. So I did a bit of a redraw. Oh, so this is interesting. I've already started it. I don't remember what I've done. And doing things in order. There's a benefit to doing things in order. So you can see what's happening here. What else did I do? Did I do my... Yeah, so what I've done here as well is I have made, because the book is a square book, I've made a semi-transparent thing of half a page, so I pretty much know where the fold is on the page. It's not exact, but it gives me, you know, a guide basically when I'm doing the layout. Yeah, see down here I've called it the half-page guide. But we don't want to look at all that all the time. So what am I doing today? I'm painting a house. So I'm going to do a bit of white paint on the veranda, and yeah, and then add some characters in. Painting the house. Yeah, painting the house from the comfort of my car. Well, the not so comfort of my car. So here goes. Now that was on the line work. We need it on the. Need to make sure what layer I'm on. White edge, white house paint. That's the one I want. White house paint, please. So I'm not going back to. I'm going to just so my computer doesn't run out of batteries too fast. I'm just going to close Illustrator. It's okay, Jackie. I'm saving it. Don't close without saving. Here we go. I know. There's been many times that I've lost stuff. It's almost done. Anyway, I want to get talking about something in a sec. About the channel, what I'm doing with my channel. So I'll quit out of Illustrator. Hopefully, So last night when I was drawing, I went on to, I saw Nick Nimmin was doing his live feed, giving us tips and tricks and awesome stuff like that. You know, he's one of those people that I really trust with his knowledge, and he delivers information really well and quickly and not too much fluff. So I really enjoy his. Well, I don't get much chance to listen to his live streams, but I listen to his podcast, Comments Over Coffee, and it's all basic tips and tricks for YouTubers. And so I was drawing late last night, and up popped his notification that he was going to go live. And I know that it always requires, like if you want to ask him a question, you do it in a Google Doc on his video, and I thought, oh, I'll get in early, I'll ask him a question. And even then I still had to wait like an hour and 10 minutes or something for him to answer my question, but I'm so glad he did. Anyway, so the question I asked is about my YouTube channel kind of having two goals in a way. Is that one of them is to basically document my journey, what I'm doing, my creative work. But the other thing I want to do is to help creators document their journeys as well, and like because I get really excited about figuring out stuff like these live streams and you know, different and interesting ways that you can document your journey, because documenting your journey is pretty much content marketing as an artist, you know. And the thing of going live while you're creating your work. Hey Sritam, how you doing? And And so the two goals, the one goal is to document my journey as an artist, as I'm creating kids books and developing as an illustrator. And the other one is to inspire and help other artists who might be struggling in how do I document my creative journey online across all social media channels, and like helping people with because I'll know how to go live because I'm going live, and I'll be doing it on with my own art and sharing what I learn basically. And so I asked Nick Nimmin the question because I know a lot of people go, you want just a single focus on your channel. You don't want to be all over the place. If you want to grow as a channel, and growing means making money as an artist, essentially, if you want to do it as a living. So I said, can one YouTube channel have two goals? And I told him all about what I'm doing, what I've just explained to you, and he said pretty much no. He said it would be better off having a channel for my artwork and then having a channel for helping artists document their creative journey online, because that's the way the YouTube algorithm works. Is it wants to know what your channel is. It wants to know what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. If I'm doing that and I'm also doing a cooking video, and it's not quite that different, but you know what I mean. So he kind of thinks that I'd be, well, initially he said that, but then as he talked and talked and talked, he's almost kind of talking himself out of what what he suggested. And because the thing is, if I'm documenting my journey and showing how I do it, then that way it's kind of I'm proving it with my own stuff. I'm showing what works with my own stuff. So it's a bit of a combo of what they call avatars, or what your audience is. One of them is artists trying to look at how they can promote themselves, how they can promote their work across social media. And the other one's for people who might want to create a kids book, or just follow the journey of the creation of something. And so it kind of works if I mesh them. So like if I'm doing these live streams, I can be in the middle of my live stream, well, while I'm doing my live stream, like, because I'm going to actually edit this down to a podcast as well. My last podcast was on I recorded on a live too, because I really like the idea of having the live as what they call the pillar content, where I can record me creating art. I can talk about how to promote yourself as an artist. I can talk about the project that I'm doing. I can do all of that all in the one space. Now, the fact that I have kind of two separate audiences watching my stuff might confuse the algorithm a bit, and it might slow down my growth. That's true. But to me, it makes sense to be all in one place. I don't want to be, because I feel spread very thin as it is, and to have one channel for my artwork creation and one channel for the stuff that I want to do, helping other artists document their journey. And the thing about why I'm passionate about documenting your journey as an artist is, if you do put yourself out there while you're creating your work, and building your community and being involved basically, and putting yourself out there, you're setting yourself up for potential luck. I think it's called setting yourself up for luck. That's what I call it. because this whole illustrating the Elijah Crumpet Kids book, this would never have happened if I wasn't documenting my journey on YouTube, because they're YouTubers, they saw me here doing, and so I firmly believe that documenting your journey as an artist is a way to thrive as an artist. So I think the two are very connected and can't be separated, but I really get what Nick Nimmin is talking about there. I also heard a podcast. I might get this wrong. I'll try and link it later below in the comments. I think it's called Digital Drop, and it's gamers. It's a gamers live streaming podcast where they talk about, you know, making money as a gamer, live streaming basically, and they were talking about how one very popular gamer has 4 separate channels. Initially they were talking about having 3, and so one is to have their live streams, anything from 1 hour to 6 hours of solid gaming, like, you know, that's a pretty niche audience, someone who's going to sit down for that length and watch someone else play a game and chat. And then from there, they break out tips and tricks stuff which is recorded during the live, like it's all part of the live. And so then there's a separate channel for tips and tricks on the Call of Duty game, and people are there for just the tips and tricks. So people want long form gameplay, the other one wants tips and tricks, and then there's kind of like a little channel devoted to shorts, just like really quick montages and fun stuff that's kind of like shareable on social media. So there's the algorithm is seeing, you know, long form, ultra short form, tutorial, how to, all the separate channels. Now, would they get away with that as a playlist? Potentially, yes. But the other thing is what they mentioned, which was a thought too, is that if they get one of their channels goes down, or there's a copyright strike, or, you know, this can happen to the best of us, then they've still got the other channels, like all is not lost. You only lose a part of your audience, you don't lose your entire audience. So I thought that was kind of an interesting take. So I'm still thinking, it's funny, like how all these things happen at once and they kind of mesh together. It's just like, you know, I'm hearing that during the day on the podcast while I'm mowing lawns about having, oh, maybe I should have 3 channels. No, well, I wouldn't have 3 channels, but I do have, like, so on my channel, I now have my live streams. I've made a playlist of my more tutorial type stuff, like how to do stuff, and then the other channel is more, well, I've got another playlist which is more of my vlog from before, when I was doing a fork in the road where I was trying to decide where to take my career. So there's kind of 3 levels there, and the fact that, and I've got a podcast interviews as well with other artists and creators. So I think I'm in kind of 3 sections already. Like, I think the podcast is going to go into more like, my podcast is going to be a bit more like more of this kind of talking like I'm doing now, my Sketchy Live, plus any kind of interviews I happen to have when I'm going live. And then I'll do tutorials and stuff where I'll be able to show stuff actually on my phone as I'm doing it. And then I'll be able to cut those down into separate videos as well for the channel. And so I'm thinking for now, keeping it all on one channel. I don't want to spread myself too thin. That's what I've been told, you know, don't spread yourself too thin. I mean, this person, this gamer, by the way, has a team of people. Jackie Evelyn, I think follow your gut. I too think that what you do is connected. Yeah, so like the meshing of the two. Um, Trying to help other artists document their journey while helping my own, while figuring it out myself, while because I'm not really an artist who wants to show people how to create art, because I don't consider myself like, I create my own art, but I'm not at the level where I'm just technically teaching other people how to create art. That's not me. And that doesn't excite me. I like learning stuff from other people, but I don't like teaching people stuff about art, I don't think. But what I do get really amped up about is how people can create work out of documenting their journey and how to do that efficiently. Jackie Evelyn again. Another platform I've just found is Dive. Total Live More. A lot of YouTubers are on that both now. Okay. Yeah, and I also signed up for, I did what Gary Vee said in terms of land grab. I did a land grab over on D Live. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the land grab and got my name on Twitch, because I know I can go out to Twitch. As well, using this software. And I had a bit of a look at Twitch, but I don't think I'm going on there just yet. Yeah, you have Twitch, Jackie? Yeah. Oh, I've got 3% battery. I'm going to have to go. I've been recording over an hour. If you follow back later, I'm planning on doing a bit of a, what do you call it, an introduction to my lives, and you'll see a bit of a time lapse of what I did over the night or the past day or whatever before I go into my next lot of work that I'm doing. So so that should kind of, I'll keep adding stuff to the live stream to make it more and more entertaining as well as drawing, because as I say, it's this nice piece of pillar content that you can grab bits out of. I might not be as productive doing the live stream as I am at night time when, I'm in my head and I'm doing it, but I really enjoy chatting with you guys in a chat, and documenting the process, where I'm at, where my head's at, and all this kind of stuff as well. So thank you so much, Jackie, for dropping in. Thank you, Jelly Duck, for dropping in. Thank you, Shreetan, for dropping in on the live chat. It's been cool to have you here, and I will catch you. Might be tomorrow. Might be. I'm having my wisdom teeth out this week. If Corona doesn't hit. So yeah, that's not going to be much fun. But it'll be nice to have my wisdom teeth out, because they're doing some nasty stuff in my head. Having a bit of a constant tooth headache. Not nice. Alright, check you later.